Hi Junior 4, how are you? Missed you all so much. Today we have, as we can see, a grammar lesson. Modal verbs. What are modal verbs? We're always using verbs like can, can't, should, could, have to, don't have to. But are we using them right? Are we using them in the right way and in the right place? This is what we're going to learn today. Please follow me. First, we need to know some characteristics about modal verbs. Modal verbs are used in English to help. So, they are helping verbs. They are not main verbs like eat, run, think. They can stand alone, but the modal verbs cannot stand alone. They need the help of the main verbs. Help other verbs express ability, possibility, certainty, advice, obligation, necessity. Lack of necessity means it's not important. Prohibition. Can is one of the most famous modal verbs and we're using it a lot. Can, of course, express ability. Can't express inability. Ability means you can do something. Inability, you can't do it. In the present tense, we're also using it to ask, give, or refuse permission. Can I borrow your pencil? Yes, you can, or no, you can't. Could and couldn't to express ability or inability, but in the past. They could or couldn't bark very loud when they were puppies. We use it also to ask permission politely, make polite requests. Could I sit in your chair, please? Could I have some more food, please? Must, mustn't. Must express obligation, express very strong advice. You must means you have to do this. No questions asked. You have to. Like when I tell you, you must study for the exam, you will take the exam, so you have to study. They must go home. You must be on time for work. Mustn't, of course, express prohibition means you cannot do this under any condition. They mustn't sit in here. Have to, don't have to, and needn't. We use have to express obligation and necessity. It's also like must and mustn't. So, obligation means something like a promise or something that you're obligated to do it. It's from inside you. You need to do this. You have to do this. Like the police officers have to protect people. This is an obligation. This is something like a mission for them. It's like a commitment, something moral to you. Mark broke his tooth. He has to go to the dentist. Of course, it's something necessary. We don't, or we use don't, doesn't, have to, needn't to express lack of education and necessity. Claire doesn't have to work overtime. She's not obligated. You needn't bring a camera. I have one. Should and ought to. Should and ought to used for giving advices. So you can do this or you cannot do this. You shouldn't stay up late. I advise you not to stay up late. But of course it's your life. You can do whatever you want, but I'm advising you. You should or ought to eat healthy food. I advise you to eat healthy food because it will be better for you. Exercise. I can or I must go to a doctor. I'm feeling ill. Look at the sentence. What kind of a sentence is this? Ability, necessity, necessity. So you must, or I must go to the doctor because I'm feeling ill. You could or may open your books. You may open your books. They can't or mustn't give too much sugar to children. Of course, they mustn't do this. That dress is too expensive. We can't or may not buy it. We can't. You must or mustn't be home by 10 o'clock. I'll be waiting for you. Of course, you must. I'm afraid I may not or I can't go to the dentist with you. I can't go to the dentist with you. I've already told you you can't or couldn't eat any more sweets. She's already told him, so it's in the past or in the present. You couldn't eat any more sweets. Thank you, Junior 4, for listening. If you have any questions, just ask. Thank you.